Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Kike if you don't already know. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome, and if you're back again because you're subscribed, hey my love, how are you doing? Cool, let's jump into this video because you already know what it is. When you see me in this University of Nottingham top, you already know we're talking about you. I just want to say well done. You've all done so well. Like, you finished formal education. You don't have to do any more if you don't want to, but if you do, which is why you're here, you're going to uni. So let's get into that. This video is literally going to be about all the basics of uni, the stuff I wish I knew before I went. First things first is pre-uni. Before you even pull up to uni, these are the things you need to know. So packing is obviously number one. What are you taking to uni? The next thing is group chat. So I feel like something that people don't really tell you, or maybe they do and I just didn't know, is join a group chat. Because so I've made a couple of uni videos now, they'll be up here somewhere, and I get loads of emails, people asking me like, do you think that particularly the University of Nottingham is like multicultural, like how many black people go to the University of Nottingham, am I gonna have any black friends? And I feel like the thing about Nottingham is that there are black people, but it's hard to find them. Like, you have to know where they are, and then that's how you make them your friends essentially. So something that really helped a lot of people with that I wasn't part of was the group chat. I think there was an ACS group chat and then there was a separate one as well. So joining that, you already kind of, obviously you're not friends with these people. Some people do choose to meet up. I don't really know if that's going to happen because of obviously Corona and everything that's going on at the moment. But yeah, some people choose to meet up with each other. You just get to kind of introduce yourself to people, and it also gives you the opportunity to know what's happening when, because it will probably be in the group chat depending on who set it up and stuff like that. So join a group chat. If you don't hear anything I say in this video, please try to find a group chat. And I know for a lot of people you might be like, okay, but I don't really want to like go clubbing and I don't want to party and stuff like that. Well, not a lot of people, but some people, so they don't want to join the group chat. But it's not just for that, like it is an opportunity to meet people and stuff like that. So join one of those. So yeah, that's pre-uni. Let's get into uni, honey, because this is literally what you've been working for the past 2 years. Obviously this section I wasn't going to include it because I don't know what's going to happen. We thought Miss Rona would be gone by now, but lo and behold, September is coming and she's still here. But if you do happen to be moving into your accommodation, these are my top tips. The earlier you get there, the better. So the thing about when you move into your accommodation is obviously you have to go to reception, so they give you your keys and they give you just like the moving in pack and stuff like that. So you're gonna like take inventory of your like room to make sure, so like you get your deposit back basically when you move out. So they're gonna give you quite a few things. People tend to get there in the afternoon, so the later you get there in the day, the longer the queue is gonna be. So you're literally just gonna be waiting in a queue to do that. And then in terms of moving your stuff up as well, there's gonna be a lot of people there. So if you do have an elevator in your accommodation, it could all be a bit mad. So I would suggest the earlier you get there, the better. I think I got there for about maybe like 12 or something like that is the time I got there for. So I like could move my stuff in peace with no one else there. I was on the top floor and there was no elevator, so I'm not gonna lie, be prepared for that. Yeah, that is something I would say about packing. Take what you need, and you've probably, if you're watching this video, you've probably watched loads of uni videos and you're like, I don't know what to pack. But honestly, just deep that you are going to be at uni, but you're also going to be at home. Like, you're going to come home for summer, you're going to come home for breaks and stuff like that, and our breaks tend to be like a month or so. So make sure you leave some stuff at home, because I was literally lugging my life back and forth in first year. Like, I packed everything in my room. Like, literally my room was empty when I left. And when it came to Easter or summer, I would literally have the fattest suitcase. Like, I remember, you know, when you get to King's Cross Station, sometimes that elevator, it just doesn't work. So like, people would help me. If I was lucky, I'll find one good Samaritan that will help me, and they'd be like, cool, what you having here, love? A dead body? Same joke every time. It wasn't fun. Don't overpack, because you need stuff at home, and you also have to think about how you're going to fit that into your room. Just talking about, like, obviously, so for some people, their parents just drop them off and go. My parents chose to stay, my parents and my family chose to stay the night, and then they left in the morning. I'm not gonna lie, when they left me and they went to the hotel and I slept obviously in my accommodation, like, it was weird. I felt alone, and it's like a really weird feeling, and I think a lot of people get it. Like, once everything has calmed down, you're literally just like, wow, like, yo, I'm independent now. That's actually mad. So yeah, that's a pretty crazy feeling that you should be prepared for. But like I said, if you join those group chats, things start to pop off straight away, and people are like trying to meet up. They're like, should we grab a coffee? Should we do this? Should we do that? So let's talk the bit that we all know and love. Freshers. So cool. Obviously obviously it's a little bit tight because I don't know what Freshers is gonna look like, obviously because of Miss Rona, but let me just run you through what Freshers was like for me and what it's like at the University of Nottingham. The first thing that I would say about Freshers Week is beg it like no others. Like, guys, I'm telling you, move like Americans, chat to everyone, just be like, hi, my name's so and so. Just like, this is the main opportunity for you to make friends, because I know a big fear for a lot of people who are going to uni is like how they're going to make friends, but obviously a lot of people in the same boat, they don't necessarily know anyone that's going to their uni. So this week is the week where you need to be on it, like, hey, here's my number, da 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 da, like, do you know, let's get a coffee, do you know what I mean? Like, just beg it. Like, I don't want to go overboard and like tell you guys to be like freaks or whatever, but like, just honestly, just make friends with as many people as you can, and you won't regret it, because you'll know people in more than just your course, more than just your accommodation. In terms of money spending at Freshers, so for us, they had events every day of the week, and then there was a every day of the working week, so Monday to Friday, and the tickets were £5 for each day. But then I think the last day, because it was like the big finale, it was £20. I'll go into my experience of clubbing and stuff at Nottingham in a minute. A lot of people obviously go to other unis Freshers, and I think for me that probably would have made the experience a lot better, but I didn't do that. But I think that is probably like, if you have the means to do so, you should do it, man. Just meet like people from other unis, it would probably be fun. Something to note for law students is essentially that we don't have a Freshers Week. When I went, we didn't have a Freshers Week. So while Freshers Week was going on, we had introductory lectures. So it was literally study by day, party by night, which is like uni life in essence anyway. But yeah, so that's just something to bear in mind when you're buying your tickets. I think you can buy your tickets before, but you can also buy them on the day. The only one that was proper like busy and got sold out was the last night, which was £20. But and they like, people dress up and stuff, like yeah, that might be a question that people have, like dressing up and stuff in Nottingham. I think for the last night, people are big on like dressing up and stuff. My guy, if you don't have the money and the means to do so, and you're not gonna wear this fancy dress costume again, there's honestly no point. But like, as in like, don't go overboard trying to get the biggest and best costume, because you can really just be a sexy teacher or whatever they do. So yeah, that's Freshers. So now for the clubbing scene. Can't remember the name. I can't remember the name, but I'll insert it somewhere on the screen. The ones that like black people enjoyed going to. I'm just gonna say it, because there's elephant in the room. The one that black people enjoyed going to, that played the best, that played the type of music that I'm used to and that I listen to, which is personally like quite urban music. So yeah, that's me. But to be honest, the clubbing scene in Nottingham is very busy, because honestly, that is how most people make their friends. Like, you literally are like, yeah, that's my best mate, I met her, da 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 da. I knew people that would literally only talk to people when they went clubbing. Like, that's their friendship group. They only club together. No studying, no nothing, no coffee, none of that, no breakfast, literally just clubbing. So yeah, that is how a lot of people make friends. But if you don't want to do it, you don't have to. My experience of clubbing is very much based on the type of person that I am. Like, I'm not a very big, like, I don't want to go to the club every night. That's just not who I am. So that also probably contributed to the experience of why I didn't love them. But I know some people who would flipping be on it every flipping Thursday. Was it? Yeah, Thursdays and Fridays they were flipping on it. So it just depends on the type of person you are. Okay, cool, I've spoken about clubbing enough. Let's get into friendships. So like I said, I know a big worry for a lot of people who are going to uni is friends. And I know for me, that was one of my biggest fears. I was just like, oh my gosh, what if no one liked me? I don't know why, but I was like, what if no one likes me? What if I don't make any friends? We'll make friends, it's uni. You don't realize how many people are literally in the same boat as you. You honestly just have to be friendly. And being somebody from London, yes, I claim London, being somebody from London, like, is out of our comfort zone to like be like, oh hi, like, and proper be like, do you know what I mean, like following people about and like stuff like that. But I feel like in uni you meet so many different people that it's just kind of like, if you be open and you allow yourself to make friends, that's how you're going to enjoy the experience the most. Luckily for me, I met a couple, I didn't actually know they was going to my uni, but yeah, so luckily for me, I met my closest friends before I went to uni. But I did meet some amazing people while I was there. Like I said, again, a big question that I get emailed and asked is, are there a lot of black people in Nottingham? Am I going to enjoy it? All this stuff. And I'm going to be honest, I'm the type of person that's always had multicultural friends. So I have friends from a lot of different cultures. And the University of Nottingham, for me, you just don't immediately see that. I don't know how to describe that. Like, it's very white. But it's very white, but there is diversity there. There are a lot of people from different cultures, especially because our partner school is in Malaysia. So I think we have a lot of like Malaysian kind of people who come over as well. So there is a lot of different type of people, but the thing is you need to find them, particularly with black people. That's the thing. There are black people in Nottingham, but you honestly have to find them. And like I said before, joining a group chat will really help you with that. And then the second thing is accommodation. So something I didn't know and nobody told me was that most black people stay in SPC and Raleigh, and I stayed in Broadgate Park. I was in Mulberries in Broadgate Park. I'm not going to go too much into like accommodation and what that was like, and again like stuff to pack for because I already have a video on my accommodation, which is on my channel, going to be one of these sides. And SPC and Raleigh are the main self-catered accommodations for, well, it's not for black people, but that's just like that's just where they say. But that being said, there are black people on Broadgate Park as well. Also not going to go into depth about my subject and stress and about how I manage that, because I made a video, my top 10 tips for anybody who's studying law. Again, it's going to be somewhere on the screen. So in terms of societies, the one thing I will say, like I'm going to give you a trigger warning, the societies represent the uni. So if, I'm not saying don't join the societies if it's something that you feel you're going to be interested in, but a lot of the societies I was finding that it was all white people and just very few ethnic minorities. That was just my experience. I joined the debating club. I can't remember, there was a couple others but I forgot. I will say obviously there is a societies fair, so you kind of come in and all the societies kind of they have like a table and they talk about what they do, and they have brochures, and they're trying to get you to sign up and put your money down. Don't do that. Literally do not do that. What you need to do is sign up to as many of them as you can for free, have a taster session, see if you like it, and then you can pay for a membership. I feel like a lot of people just like, they're spending their money and it's like, yo, are you trying to shop your money before the end of term? Like, you don't need to buy all these societies because you might not like it. And something that I found, but to be fair, I was quite lazy, is that you sometimes, once you've gone home from your lectures, you're like, can I really bother to make it all the way back in for this society? Hold out on spending money until you're gonna taste the session to see if you actually like these societies. But I would say join as many as you can, because again, that's another way to meet people, and like it's a good way to show positions of responsibility after uni. So obviously I already said that I did law. Personally, I did not love the law society. To me, it just kind of felt like they sent emails, and they did, like, to be fair, the events that I liked that they did were events when they brought in people from law firms to come and like hold sessions. Popular questions that law firms would ask in their applications, we had firms come in and explain to us kind of how to answer those questions, or kind of what is happening in that space. So for example, how is tech affecting the law industry? So that was good. But in terms of like socials, personally, the balls that I went to were crap. I can't believe I paid so much money for such trash. And yeah, I just felt like they sent me emails. Like, it didn't feel like, I don't know, it just didn't feel like a society that was backing me. But then again, I guess it's like I didn't really get that involved, so somebody else's experience might have been completely different. Another society that I'll briefly talk about is ACS. I'm gonna, obviously, like I said, I graduated last year, so from my view of ACS was back when I was in uni. Personally, I didn't enjoy the ACS. I know that they say not to compare your unis to other people because the grass is honestly always greener on the other side, but personally I just felt like when I was there, all I was seeing was raves. Yeah, I was seeing raves, and then I was seeing, like, to be fair, they had some dance classes and they had like sports within ACS, which was pretty good, but I just didn't really, I didn't enjoy it. Like, I didn't enjoy it. I didn't feel like it catered to my needs, and that was that. But to be honest, I think it might have changed, because obviously the people who get elected to lead these societies change every year, so it honestly just depends. One society that I would 10 out of 10 recommend, and I really enjoyed, it was called One Heritage. I think that's what it was called, but essentially it's kind of more what I thought ACS was about. It was just like a space for black people to be safe and discuss things, and it was fun. Like, I really enjoyed that. So yeah, that was a society that I really loved. So something I'm just going to briefly touch on, because I know this video is getting kind of long, is the grading system. It starts with a first class. This is one people tend to know. So to get a first class, you need to get 70 and above. To get a 2-1, you need to get 60 and above. To get a 2-2, you need to get 50% and above. A third class is a 40% and above, and if you get less than a 40%, I believe that is a fail. So yeah, that's just that's the grading system. I know it seems like those like boundaries are kind of low. It's like, oh, 70% to get a first, and I hope it's easy for people to get, but it's harder said than done. It's harder done than said. Yo, I don't know the phrase, but I think you guys know what I mean. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. So again, this was just the basics of uni, the things that I wish somebody had told me before I went to uni. If you feel like I've missed anything out, please feel free to comment it down below and I'll touch on it. Please feel free to send me an email. Like I've said in most of my videos, I'm not the best at replying to emails, but I will reply eventually. So please just send me an email, and then you can also DM me on Instagram. Again, I'm not the best at replying to my messages, but I will reply eventually. And then something else that I want to touch on, if you don't already know, I do run a mentoring program called LIVE, which stands for Learn, Inspire, Visualize, Elevate. And essentially it's a mentoring program to bridge the gap for Black students between education and the working world. So we're having an event on the 5th of September, which is called Ready for Uni. So in this event, we're basically going to be talking about all things uni. So going in more depth about the things that I've already spoken about in this video, and you'll have the opportunity to ask questions. You'll have the opportunity to talk to lecturers about what makes a good student. So there's just a lot of things that's going to be going on. So if you want to see that, head over to its Instagram. I will put that somewhere on the screen. And yeah, head over to our Instagram and sign up. It is for year 12s to year 13s. So if you want to come, please do, because I think it will be really useful. So yeah, that is me, because I've literally talked for so long. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.